We had 2 returning members of the party today. Inazuma was busy.
So today I returned to the group. It should come as no surprise that I wasn't present for the parties and the shopping.
He was casting some sort of spell or ritual that ended up negating the barrier around the citadel that keeps it safe from the outside.
Because I was doing real work. I feel like I'm the only one that's doing it half the time.
Daria, on the other hand, she was experiencing something a little bit different.
Today was the glorious return of Daria. I wake up in an alleyway, my clothes all messed up, can't remember much. I'm used to that feeling. Daria, probably also used to that feeling. Me and my rat decide to just go back to the bar. Obviously, that's the game plan. Spoiler, that's where my homies are.
She made her way back to the rest of the party, found them in the illuminated child.
And then all of a sudden, there's Daria! And I was like, sup, dude? And then I had to go give her a hug. And I could tell she really wanted that hug real badly, so I just gave her that hug. And little Randy got a little hug too as well. I had really hoped that that was the last we were going to see of Daria. We weren't so lucky.
No happened.
Flint understand a lie?
Flint understand stealing. It's stealing bad.
Daria,
Aye, aye.
bad. Flint, quiet.
Daria in dress.
No, you just got played.
I'd say you guys are rocked, but I mean.
Because he's the rock.
Right, yeah.
Private spells.
With both Inazuma and Daria returning, their sparring commenced, and we saw Daria a little different. She was much more, she was much less tolerant of other people's behavior.
But there's something off, and I can tell that there's something off, but I don't know. It's just not important to me.
Personally, I wasn't even sure if we'd ever see Daria again, and is super mum about what happened. Doesn't tell us how she got away, doesn't tell us why she's a person again, none of that.
The connection between her and her goddess was a great source of pride for Daria, and that being severed, that change being enacted upon her, really impacted her.
I don't have my power. I'm Freya-less, which makes me afraid. Nobody liked that.
We come to find out from Marcus that Daria has pissed off Freya so much so that she doesn't even have her power anymore.
She ended up having to drink a potion and speak to Freya.
It was a potion of godly counsel that gave her a direct conversation with Freya.
You were using the potion and thinking about Freya, correct?
Yeah.
Okay.
I just want to talk to Agni real quick. You know what's good, my guy?
I want some chitlins! It was my responsibility, I think, to make this.
I gotta chug this potion and talk back to Freya, and basically I'm like, look, here's the deal. Oops. And she goes, I never was your god. So somebody's just been leading me astray. I don't know what's happening.
Daria was shocked by this and sort of perturbed, and I think Freya was too. They ended up finding an agreement, and Daria has been once again given the mantle of championship.
But now Freya's my goddess. That's good. But I have a secondary quest now. I gotta figure out what the hell is going on.
It will be interesting to see what she does with her newfound power. Freya granted her a godly ability, and she also granted protection to Randy.
Freya also said one thing before I left. She said, don't trust anyone.
She has been tasked with a mission from Freya to go along with what everyone is doing, but not to trust them.
The concerning part for me, though, Daria essentially tells Inazuma that no one can really be trusted right now, that everything is not as it seems.
To figure out what is going on and who the imposter was that could have created this false relationship.
To hear that there's a possibility now that somebody might actually be working for Zeus really, really throws me for a loop.
Marcus arrives, he brings breakfast, and he asks everyone, how they are going to make their way into the keep.
Once we do all regroup back up as a team, Marcus calls back in Lycus, and the two of them lead us to the rear, or a back entrance into the Citadel.
Eventually, a plan to infiltrate is settled upon, and Marcus calls up Lycus. He arrives in a strange way, and immediately Daria is suspicious, but everyone else, including Inazuma, seems to accept his presence.
And I meet this Lycus character for the first time. The Lycus is the first time that I really feel like I am not on top of the situation.
I almost wonder if there's something more to the two of them, but for right now, I think that they're just too powerful.
So we got there in the rear, and then Lycus shows off his powers, man. He just takes one guard in the sky, two guards in the sky, and then makes them do some force stuff against each other. Wasn't expecting that. It seemed a little odd and strange. But there's nothing strange about nature.
He showed a couple of powers of killing guards very quickly and effectively too, as well as scaling walls in ways that the rest of the group, and well, the group in general, just couldn't understand.
He just ran up a wall, and it was inhuman.
Lycus telekinetics or something to guards, kills them immediately. Obviously, Tagarum loots their bodies, and we make our way into the Citadel finally.
I'm not really sure what to make of him now, but I know that he's way too powerful to piss off.
In the courtyard, they find a manticore. The manticore becomes aware of them, and Adrian and Flint try to hold it off.
I didn't know what to do to this manticore. I see Flint walking up to it with his hands exposed, and I felt like I had to do the same, man. Take out my violin and I try to soothe it.
Chewy. And it just like opens its
No.
big maw.
Flint, don't do it.
I'm gonna look at Adrian and like,
Remember me.
Flint tried to do the right thing and lure the animal away, the manticore away from the group so the group could escape, and put himself in harm's way.
I'm trying to get everyone in position to sneak past this manticore. And then Flint just goes up there, and I think, oh, well, there goes the rock. I mean, he's dead. I was ready to just keep on going because we're getting close, as I mentioned, and
As Flint and Adrian hold off the manticore and keep its attention, everyone else is able to sneak past. Tagarum quickly unlocks the door, and they make their entrance into the Great Hall. However, Flint and Adrian are now stuck. They don't have a way past. And Flint offers up his holy symbol.
Flint made the ultimate sacrifice. He gave up the poop rock.
Didn't go as Flint planned though, and in the end, the manticore ate Flint's rock. The rock that Geb gave him.
You know, I'll be honest. I was impressed with what Flint did.
And then he willingly gives his rock to this thing in the courtyard and is cool about it. Like he's depresso, but like he's fine with it.
Adrian and Flint continue into the Great Hall, and Flint seems greatly impacted.
I don't know how Flint's going to really handle this in the next episode. I don't even know how I'm going to handle this next episode. I've not got my rock anymore. It's going to be a rough one. Me and Flint are almost one at this point with how it feels, I'll tell you that much.
They find a secret passage.
I can sense the Aegis amulet above us, but Marcus finds the secret passage.
We kind of make our way through there, and oh, there he is, Lycus, waiting for us inside.
It's this beautiful room with Lycus in it. The man has taste. What can I say?
I'm able to sort of tell that something's not quite right with him, but that's about it.
I have a feeling we could be in some trouble here, and things may not be as what they seem.
The Aegis appears to be above them somewhere in the higher levels of the keep. Why is Lycus waiting in the safe room for them? What are our champions going to find in the upper areas of the keep? Who is the imposter that somehow created a false relationship between Daria and Freya? As they get closer to their goal, the circumstances appear a little bit more concerning.